Hello, I'm talking through a mirror because my camera doesn't have a flippy thing, so I can see myself in the thing. And this is the first time I've filmed myself. Context time! In February 2020, I moved by myself to a new town and bought my first home.
Welcome.
It's a 2-bedroom Victorian flat with big windows, high ceilings, original fireplaces, and just so much more space than I've ever had ever. The only real catch with it was the leaking roof and the lead pipes, the old water tank in the attic, the broken plaster walls, the questionable decor, the vomit-soaked carpet in one of the rooms. The orange slime under the kitchen sink was interesting. The half-broken boiler, the leaking bathtub, which meant I couldn't use the bath properly. Oh, this stuff. And the shit-coloured handprints all over the walls. Anyway, I was in love with it. I filmed a flat tour video when I first moved in with kind of the, ill-fated intention of documenting the process of renovating it.
All sorts of stuff going on.
I uploaded it to YouTube and I think I lasted a couple of days and maybe up to 30 views before I died of self-hatred and privated it. Now it's 3 years later than when I filmed that video. I have a partner here now.
Gonna vlog all of my life.
Yeah, you're gonna be internet famous. You have no choice.
I've had a couple of jobs here. I've spent a lot of time working on my mental health, lots of introspective time, and just countless hours and hours of DIY renovation. I'm back to finish what I started with this documenting on YouTube business, and I'm just going to try and do it a little bit better this time. That's the intention, at least. That's all the context you need. Now let's skip ahead 3 years to me trying for about the 8th time to film an introduction for this video.
Hello, it's me.
I just got this new camera, which I'm very excited about, and I now can see my face in my peripheral vision, and it's very distracting. And now I'm going to try and introduce this video. It's just a bedroom makeover, essentially. It's the 3+ year process. I mean, we're at about 3 years now, and I still have quite a lot to do. But we'll call it 3 years, it's better to round it. Of doing my bedroom. That's what it is. It's a bedroom makeover video. I'm letting myself get so frazzled by this intro because I can just refilm it, and I probably will. Before moving to this flat, I've been living in rented house shares for the last 10 years, which I have to say some of the time was just so fun and great, but also, shared living has its frustrations. When you live in a shared place, your bedroom really becomes the center of your universe. You have to keep 99% of everything you own in there, and you spend a lot of time sitting in or on or around your bed. But anyway, I was so excited that in this flat I was going to have multiple rooms, which I could overthink the storage solutions for. I wouldn't have to just keep everything in my bedroom. Before I moved in, I couldn't resist the temptation of drawing plans and designs for the rooms in the flat. I wanted the bedroom to feel calm and bright and just hold a bed, wardrobe, dressing table area, and to have some open storage. My initial plan was to have everything painted white with pops of colour in the rug and the artwork. After living in the bedroom for a few years, my design plans mostly stayed the same. I still want the space to feel airy and bright. Still like the layout I picked out here, but the bedrooms never really felt finished to me. Quite literally in the sense that there are unfinished jobs to do around the room, but also kind of design-wise. The room gets amazing sunlight in the afternoons, which gives it this like orangey, pinky, purpley, glowy haze. And I really want to lean into that with the design of the space. Kind of try and create this dreamy, cocoon-like, soft, abstract, but functional space. The mood is very much inspired by this painting that I got a few years ago from a charity shop and I'm obsessed with. Everything about it is incredible to me. Pastel-y colours with this half fish, half woman who's holding a comb. And then there's skeletal horses chasing her, a fish with blood coming out of its mouth. Just something about it, you know, when you find something you're like, I love this. And yet if I did this myself, I would probably hate it. But because it was a treasure that I found in a charity shop, I'm obsessed. It says Lorelei Unfilleted by Eva Zimmerman, 1984. And at least at one point in time, it was £195. It's an oil on canvas painting. It's quite big. And yeah, I'm obsessed with it. So big thanks to Eva Zimmerman. Love your work, babes. But before I get ahead of myself with design planning, I need to explain where we're up to with the room now, because a lot has happened in 3 years. So here is a brief, hope it's brief, outline of how we got to where we are, including the really cringy original footage from my first video. Enjoy! So when I first moved into the flat, I moved basically everything I took with me into the bedroom and camped in there through the start of lockdown. This is my bed, or my mattress I should say, so this is where I sleep. My armchair, that's where I sit. Clothes. And then some special features of the room. We've got a few holes in the wall. Shit, should not have done that. I wonder if I can cover this back over. Perfect. And then we got some more handprints on the wall just above where I sleep. There's issues with the roof, so I have a massive damp patch and the paint flakes off and then showers down upon anything below in like a fine mist. So yeah, the bedroom was my whole little world for a while. Country went into lockdown maybe a month or so after I moved, so any building work that I'd had booked in was put on hold. You couldn't get materials and it was a weird time to be alone in a place where you don't know anyone. I spent the first few months kind of quietly working on the living room in the ways that I could, and also got a really depressing job which I was doing. And then I think June, I moved out of the bedroom and into the living room when that was kind of halfway done. I was planning on starting on the bedroom next, but then the kind of free space was filled up pretty quickly with DIY stuff, things from the renovation going on elsewhere in the flat and all of the rubbish that I'd been yanking off and out of everything. Then around this time, my builder told me that I'd need to move out the flat for a while because it was about to get really messy and unsafe and unlivable. So then I ended up living in a static caravan for 6 weeks, which I'm not gonna lie, it was really nice. It's like being on holiday for 6 weeks. And then in August I was back in the flat. The walls in the bedroom had been re-skimmed and I just got to work filling holes in the flooring and the other woodwork, sanding, painting, caulking, prepping, all the things. September was flat pack season in that I put up this one wardrobe. That's what I've done so far. And then I started moving my stuff in. I didn't have a bed frame yet and had temporary shelving, but it was so nice to be back in the room. Sunday, do you like the bedroom? Sunday. By November that year we had a bed frame, this one to be exact, from IKEA. And then spring maybe 2021 I had these shelves put into the alcove to the left of the fireplace. Oh, I should mention that I found the fireplace. When I moved in it was boarded up, and then when I was demoing the room I pulled the front off and there's this beautiful Victorian fireplace behind it. I should have mentioned it earlier. The timeline for this video is absolutely crazy at this point. And then that takes us to 2022 when pretty much nothing happened in the bedroom. I was focusing on projects elsewhere in the house and I've really liked how the bedroom's been. Like, it's been at a perfectly serviceable, enjoyable, good looking place for me for a while. Very happy to just overlook and ignore the jobs that I knew needed finishing in there, because I was aware that I was going to get around to it at a later date, and this is that later date. So yeah, there's lots that's been done, but still plenty to do to make this the dream bedroom that I want it to be. So let's go! Just kidding. So this is editing me mid-process of doing the actual renovation, and I realized that I kind of want to stop this video here so that this whole video can just be like an introduction to what I'm going to start now, because it's really confusing trying to document like years worth of progress with all these loads of clips into an introduction to a video, and it's just become one long introduction, don't you think? So this is going to be the introductory video, and then I'm going to release a part 2, which will be out maybe at the same time as this one, where we're May 2023, present day, and starting on the actual